I just wanted to point out a few new books that are going to be in the library starting this week, and just kind of give you a little bit of an overview about what they are about. So the first one that came in, there's a champion of women's soccer. I also have the champion of men's soccer as well. I just didn't bring it home with me. But the champions of women's soccer has a bunch of different information in it. It's a nonfiction book. It has really short biographies in there, like about Mia Hamm, Abby Wambach, Alex Morgan. It even has some international players like Marta, a famous international soccer player. And then there's just a whole bunch of different lists in here, like the top 10 saves of all time, penalty kicks, some pictures, some stats. So just a really nice short, let's see here, about 250 pages, short nonfiction book about women's soccer. All right, the next one is The Dog in the Wood. The Dog in the Wood is a very short read. It's a little over 150 pages. The chapters are super short in here, about 2 or 3 pages each. Hi, Foster. But The Dog in the Wood is about a boy who lives in Eastern Germany, and it's at the end of World War II. And his grandfather was a Nazi sympathizer. So he thinks that they're going to be okay at the end of the war, but the Russians are starting to invade, and the Soviets are starting to come in, and they kick Fritz and his family off of their home, off of their farm. And then Fritz is separated from the rest of his family, and he has to try and survive in this very dangerous time shortly at the end of World War II. So that's The Dog in the Wood. Very short historical fiction read. The next one that's up is called Enclave. Enclave, when I read about it, it's kind of like a Hunger Games meets The Maze Runner. I only got the first one so far because I wasn't sure if it would be a series that people would like. So if you read this and you want me to get the second book, let me know. But this is about after the apocalypse, dystopian. Deuce is the main character, and she lives in a world where you only get a name if you survive your first 15 years of life. So it's a pretty dangerous world, and she wants to be in the Huntress group. And the Huntress, they brave the dangerous tunnels outside the Enclave and bring back meat to feed the group while evading ferocious monsters known as freaks. So that's the part that kind of reminded me of The Maze Runner. So that's Enclave, female heroine trying to survive a post-apocalyptic world. The Hate List, this one is a pretty big read. The Hate List is a little bit over 400 pages, and then there's also a short novella at the end that kind of goes along with the story in the book, and the novella is about 90 pages on the end there. But the Hate List on the back here, it starts off by saying, "The list was my idea. I didn't mean for anyone to die. Will you ever forgive me?" So it's about a girl whose boyfriend, Nick, the two of them make up a list of all the people that they hate at their school, people that bully them, people that are mean to them. But Nick takes this list a little bit too far and carries out a school shooting. And so after all of this has happened, she has to go back to school and finish her senior year the next fall. And so it's the story about Val trying to go back to school and face all of the people that are upset with her because they think that she was in on it. I mean, she made the hate list with her boyfriend. So that is the Hate List. The novella at the end then is about one of Nick's friends, and it's called Say Something. And he feels like he needs to say something because he kind of starts to get an idea of what Nick is up to. So it's the story about him trying to figure out how to handle the situation he's into once he figures out what his friend is going to do. So the Hate List. And then a couple of graphic novels that I got in. This is the third book in the Nameless City series. It's called Divided Earth. And so this one just has really cool illustrations. If you haven't read the first two are in the library. But this one on the back here, it's described as having winning characters, a sumptuous setting, and sharp observations about power and history. And it's a tale of unexpected alliances that has everything. So this one, first two books have been pretty popular, so the third book is in now. And then the last one I got, I thought it was kind of funny, a graphic novel. It's called Pigs Might Fly. If you've ever heard the saying, yeah, I'll do that when pigs fly. or that'll happen when pigs fly. So this is kind of a take on the when pigs fly saying, and it's about a female pig who is trying to carry out her father's legacy of creating a flying machine. So she's trying to finish what he started and make a machine that would fly so that pigs could actually fly. So these are some of the books that will be in the library next week on the new book display. Come on in and check them out.